Hello, Saints. We've been looking at the first angel's message in Revelation 14, verses 6 and 7. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the third part of the first angel's message. See, we haven't even got to the second and third angel. We're still in the first angel. And what I want us to see there in that first angel is that last part, and then we're going to see it in connection to all three of just what's kind of going on with that first angel. Because that's the main message. Messages 2 and 3, we're going to find out, are not something separate in a way, but they really are appendices. They are connected to the first angel's message as enlargements of certain sections. And so that third part is a call there in verse 7 at the end to worship God. We're to worship God. Worship Him who made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of water. What God are we to worship? Creator God. The one who made. The one who made the earth in 6 days, rested on the seventh. We're not to worship the God that we see in chapter 13 of Revelation, that beast system. There in verse 3 it talks about the wounding of one of the heads as unto death. And then it was brought back to life and the whole world was amazed and followed after the beast system. That's the God they think is right. That's the God they're following. And it has to do with who you're going to worship at the end. And we're called to worship Creator God. In fact, that part of the first angel's message is the Elijah message. Remember Elijah on Mount Carmel. He brings the people up there, the Baal priests and prophets, and brings them up there, and they're going to make a sacrifice. And whoever's altar, the fire falls upon them. That of Elijah or that of Baal. Says that will be God. And so it's the showdown about who God is. Who are you going to worship? That's the question. That's the question all through the Bible, not just at the end time. Right after Adam and Eve sinned, they put themselves where God ought to be. So in essence, right at their sin, idol worship began. And that's the question down at the very end. Who will you worship? You worship the false system, or will you worship Creator God? Elijah called the question on Mount Carmel. And Creator God showed Himself to be the true God. At the end of time, that's going to be the question again. Who will you worship? And that's the Elijah message that prepares a way for the coming of Jesus. And you and I get to do that. Call people to worship true Creator God. What a privilege it is. Giving the three angels' message in its three parts of salvation, judgment, and worship. And Jesus will come. Blessings.